Risky behavior.
Yo. What's up, man? How y'all doing? Welcome to Risky Behavior, where we talk about behavior that is risky. It's obvious, it's in the name. Anyway, today's reaction is from the Pivot with Purpose podcast host by the name of Carla. She's doing an interview with TK Kirkland, and they're going to be talking about his children, and child support, and does he pay child support, which he has always said he doesn't. And he says that he doesn't have to pay child support or never has had to pay child support because he's not a bum. So, I guess the question for today's video would be, is child support necessary if you are a responsible father? I don't know. Well, you know what? I'll give my opinion right now. I agree and I disagree, right? Child support, it could be necessary and not necessary. I can understand saying, well, hey, you know what? I'm responsible. I do what I'm supposed to do, so I shouldn't have to pay child support. However, and I got this from a homeboy of mine, he actually put himself on child support, and there is a benefit to it because if you put yourself on child support, no one can say that you didn't handle that responsibility, and it keeps things civil and like professional, right? I don't have to deal with you. You don't have to deal with me. That money goes straight to you. And it's, we don't have to talk about it. It's yours. I'm doing it a way where no one can say I didn't do it. Sometimes when you are, quote unquote, handling your business and just dealing with that person, I've also seen it backfire where a person can say, they can try to say, well, oh, you never paid child support, you never gave me this or that. And you're like, wait a minute, I did this, and that, the clothes, shoes, and did all that. And I've seen that come up in court, and the guy's telling the judge, well, hey, I did all this stuff, and anytime she asked me for something, I did this, and that. And the judge goes, well, those were all gifts. So child support can be a good thing where down the line, it can protect you when someone says, when someone tries to deny the things that you have done. You know what I mean? So, child support can be good, sometimes not so good. Damn, I'm hitting my mic. So, but anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this video.
Made me feel amazing one day. They was like, Dad, I don't know how you do it, because I don't know what we would do if all my brothers and sisters was going, my mom and dad.
Are they all over the country?
Not all over the country, but they're in a few states. It's called living the dream in my world.
What dream? That's the TK dream.
That's the American. Yours is the American dream. My dream is my dream. Let me have my dream.
So
that is not my dream.
this was your dream, to have children with different women all over the place.
But what I've learned in life is not to complain. I've learned to accept my decision making, even though I had something on the post the other day. I felt like if I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't have any children.
I'm gonna play the full thing because
I wouldn't have any children. And the reason why I wouldn't have any kids,
the ability to control your life.
Is it right?
Ooh, yes. Think about it.
You have kids yourself.
I have kids. I have kids from us, and if I had to do it all over again, I don't think I have any children. Right. I love my kids. I tell people now, even though you love your children, if you're not with the father or the mom, a child is a bookmark. It reminds you of the mistake you made that night or nights for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Right, if it's not planned.
If it's not planned.
Exactly.
This is why you got to wear a condom, because all you got to do, if you don't believe me, everybody, on Monday mornings, I want you to go downtown in your local area and go to child support court and sit in the fucking lobby. And you would think that you was going to a Future and Drake concert, seeing the people lined up in that. It's for real. So what is it you don't like about that?
There's a lot.
I'm
Where do we
listening.
start?
Okay.
Okay. So 1, you have 7.
Yes.
I can understand 1 being an oops.
Yes.
I was 17 when I got pregnant with my daughter.
Yes.
18 when I had her. I will say that was like fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Never happened again.
Yes.
Why? Because once you know better, you do better. Tell me that you know better, but you have a child that's 37. You also have one that's 16.
Yes.
That is like 19 years difference.
Yes.
And for 19 years, you were still fucking up.
Yeah.
You're giving out this advice that you don't
Yes.
even take yourself.
But no. Now the question should be, TK, what have you learned from that situation? Now let me
It took 7
No.
children for you to learn something?
Success.
And now when you're shooting powder is when you learn?
Well, not powder. I'm still
like,
you know,
what?
don't.
There's like nothing left.
No, there's nothing.
You emptied it out.
I'm still healthy. But let me give you the story on this. And you can't teach nobody nothing. You ain't been through nothing.
How much do you have to go through?
Let me finish, because what you're doing, you're playing judge here, and you can't play judge.
I won't judge.
Go
ahead.
If you're going to be in this position and you're interviewing me,
I'm not interviewing. I'm having a conversation.
You have to be open-minded that people's lives are not always planned or strategized the way other people think their lives should be.
Okay.
So what I've learned in this tape, and a lot of comments, a lot of people think the same way that you think as well, right? But the thing about that story is not to be depressed. Understand your life, because I said it in there. I feel bad that I've done that because I wish I could have been the traditional. Let me finish.
Traditional.
Let me finish my story.
Sorry.
Thank
You take forever.
Yeah, but I like to talk slow.
I've been telling this man, he
You
talks
still
like elevator music.
You still interrupted me.
2x.
And I have a. If you keep interrupting me, I can't get my message across, and you come out looking like you really control this conversation, and I want to get my point across. Okay, so my point that I'm making is, you go through life, you deal with certain things, and what makes a man to me is you accept the things you've done. But if you could teach people not to make the same choices that you made, not mistakes, choices that you made, whether someone's in Ghana, whether someone's in Oakland, California, and they hear me say that, and they go, wow, I don't want to be in that same position that TK was talking about, and this is what I'm going to do so I don't end up in that same situation. It's just
so
that
you're like the savior. You fuck it up real bad. So
well, it doesn't matter if I'm a
it.
savior. The purpose is we all are God's children, and we all have to do things to give back. So I did what I had to do in that situation, and I apply it to the podcast, and I share with people. Now, different people are going to get what they want out of it. Like you look at it that way.
You want to be Nick.
I see what she's saying, but it's only hypocritical when you are like if you like preaching and condemning people while you're doing something, or you're like preaching like and you're condemning somebody after you did something, then I can see it being hypocritical. But it's not hypocritical if you warn people and you say, hey, I did this the wrong way, and hey, let me tell you the way maybe you should go about it, because I did it, the other way, right? If I'm walking down the road and I fall into a hole, it is not hypocritical for me to tell other people, hey, the road that you going down, I've been down that road and it's a hole 50 feet in front of you. And I know you think you tough, and I thought I was tough too, but you don't want to fall into this hole because it didn't feel good. It's not hypocritical to do that. Now, it's hypocritical or it's wrong maybe if I don't tell you about the hole, you fall in it and I laugh at you about it, or if maybe you don't listen to me and you fall into the hole. then it's wrong if I judge you, because it's like, hey, you know, I was like you. I was strong. Somebody warned me about the hole, and I fell in it anyway. And now you fell in it. I'm not going to judge you. I'm just going to now tell you, like, maybe what I did after I got out the hole to help you out further. But it's not hypocritical to teach people about your life and to warn them about the things that you did, you know, because here's the thing. Everybody learns differently. It's people out here that if you ain't been through what they've been through, they're not going to listen to you. And then you got other people that even if y'all ain't been through the same things, they'll listen to you. You know, there's different people listen to different people, and that's just the truth about life. Everybody don't listen to the same person, and that's why everybody's voice is important, because it's some people that listen to certain people that other people won't listen to. If you're a young guy and you're out here, you know, you're sleeping around and stuff, and then somebody older that you like, and they say, hey man, I see what kind of life you live in. I just want to let you know that I was living that life, and it led to some consequences that wasn't so nice. And I just wanted to give you some game and let you know that, you know, I've been where you been. I've done what you done. And in the long run, I wish I would have did it a different way. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with doing that. And it's not being a hypocrite, you know, to share your experience and maybe, you know, tell somebody, hey, especially if you admit that, hey, if I can go back and do it again, I do it differently. And warning people. So I see what she's saying, because it does get irritating when people go out here, they live their lives, and then they come back and try to tell you, hey, you should do something different. But I think it's all about that person's, you know, the way they deliver the message and they do it. And one thing about TK Kirkland, when he does deliver the message, he doesn't do it in a condemning and judgmental way. So, and I think we all know the difference. We all have that discernment where we know when somebody's being just a hypocrite, and we know when somebody's being judgmental and just like, come on. You know, it's kind of like, this the perfect example. You got TK Kirkland's delivery, and then you got Bill Cosby's delivery. And so it was very upsetting for somebody like him with all the accusations against him. And he was standing up condemning people, talking about him crazy. What he did was hypocritical. There's a big difference between what Bill Cosby did and what now TK Kirkland is doing. And I think that's a great example and a good way for people to look at that. You know, if anybody else got another example or another opinion, or just what are your views on somebody being a hypocrite, be sure drop that down in the comment section. And I'm about to restart this video. She's about to tell him that he wants to be like Nick Cannon, but then he's got to correct her, like, hold on, I'm before Nick.
So bad.
No. I'm older than Nick. So Nick
wants to be you.
Yeah. So I'm older than him. My point that I'm making, any man, if you can learn from my situation, find one woman if you can, and stick with that one woman.
I just love how it's usually the men that can't keep it in their pants, the man that don't value a woman, the man that can't be in a relationship, the one that goes and tells us, go find one woman. You know who I'm going to take that advice from? From the man that has had the one woman. From the man that knows how to value a woman, that has with their actions on a daily basis shown how they value women. That's who I want to take the advice from. Not the one who's still walking around state to state, putting their thing into anything.
I'm going to still tell you why that's wrong.
Why is that wrong?
Because you have so many people who are habitual liars.
Yes.
And 90% of men are habitual liars.
You know 90% of men?
Let me finish. 90% of men are habitual liars. The same way you got played, in a sense, having a kid.
I got played.
Yeah, you got played. you got played because you went for what the man was saying in this conversation. And is that your fault? Most women are in that situation.
Actually, it wasn't just that.
No, let me finish. But most women are in that situation. Most women get caught up in
So
the situation.
no, let me tell you something. If I were to be caught up by what people just say, I would have had 13 children by now.
Okay, so let me
Because
finish.
I've had men with the
my
gift
thought.
of
I know
gab.
that I'm
Okay,
talking
sorry.
slow,
Whew,
but let me
Jesus.
finish my thought.
Let's go.
I don't know. It's funny how she's talking about somebody being a hypocrite. And follow me on this one. Because like I just said, I said different people listen to different people. And I'm telling you, anybody on the internet right now, especially if you are in those chat rooms, you know, in those rooms, in them spaces on Twitter, if you're in Clubhouse, let me tell you something. A lot of these single people, a lot of these people that's out here dating, they do not want to hear from married people. They don't. Because the first thing they tell you, and I've had people tell me this, bruh, you don't know nothing, bruh. You ain't out here dating these women, bruh. You married, bruh. You been out the game. You don't know, man, you don't know how these women be acting out. I'm telling you, and a lot of the women that are not married, they don't want to hear nothing from the married people, from the married women either. They don't. A lot of them don't want to listen. And that's okay, because some of them do, some of them don't. Some of them just cannot relate to our perspective of being married. And a lot of them feel like you're biased and you're just saying what you're saying, man, yeah, get you one woman, get you one man and settle down. And they're like, man, they like, bruh, you married. You been settled down. You ain't out here. You don't know how hard it is to date. You don't know the games that people playing out here because you married and you been married. But they'll listen to someone that's maybe not married. Somebody that has already been through what they're currently going through. And that's where somebody like a TK Kirkland can step in and have the same message as me or any other married person. But because of his position in life, they'll listen to him, and that's okay. So therefore, we can't silence the voice, because if I really care about you getting your life together, I don't care if you listen to me. Just listen to somebody who maybe has the same message as me that you can stand to listen to. But this is where she's hypocritical, because she says, I don't want to hear that from you. Who is you? A man who has multiple baby mamas and who is not married. But what if someone said to her, I don't want to listen to you. Someone that got pregnant and had a baby when they were 17 years old. I don't want to listen to you. A woman who, you nice looking, successful, got your pocket, but you ain't got no man. So who's the hypocrite? The person who's acting all high and mighty? What, you think your boat better than the other person's boat? Or do you not notice that you're in the same boat? And it's weird to me, and it's crazy when somebody says something and then the more they talk and you're like, wait a minute. What you saying is kind of hypocritical, don't you think? Because somebody could say that to you. Anything that you could say to somebody else, most likely they could say it to you. And that's why everybody's voice is important, because there's some young ladies out there that would say to her, hey, I don't want to hear that from you either. But yet you're allowed to have your own voice. She got a successful podcast. She's doing well. But it's girls out there that young women out there that say they don't want to listen to her. They rather hear from a married woman. As a matter of fact, majority of people, and I'm not going to play this whole episode. It's just a reaction. I'm going to put the link to the full video in the description. But most people would actually say that her perspective being the fact that this dude, now mind you, by the end of the podcast, she will admit and open up that actually what TK Kirkland is saying is right, because that guy did play her. She did get stuck with that baby at 17. A lot of people could say that you sound bitter. And even TK Kirkland, he's gonna in this video, which I don't think we'll get to in this video, but it's one point in this interview where he's reading off the people, because he's also, I believe he might be on Instagram Live, letting his followers see him getting interviewed, and they're going to be typing in the chat, oh, she's irritating, she's this, she's that. And so I don't think she's even considering the fact that people looking at her could judge her the same way she judges other people. So, but you know what? I could be wrong, man. You know, just get in the comment section, man. Let me know if y'all see what I'm seeing, or maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way, because I'm kind of seeing where she's saying somebody else is hypocritical, but I'm also like, I don't know, you're kind of being a hypocrite.
What I'm saying is there's so many women in that situation in life. There is no right path. There is no, you should do it this way. People do things happen.
But when do you take accountability for not fixing your mistakes?
When kids are here, there's nothing you can't fix your mistake.
Again,
you can only be what you can. It
takes a lot for you to create a child.
It takes about a few minutes.
You know what's crazy? A woman can only get pregnant within a 48-hour time frame of the 30 days.
Yes.
It's like 24 hours, 48 hours.
And your point
very
is what?
small. You know how you know how much fucking you got to be doing raw?
Yeah.
In order to procreate seven children with different women all the time?
You're talking about over 30-something years, though.
No, we're talking about in over 19 years. 7 children. By children number 3, let's say.
Yeah, but that's your opinion, sweetie.
That is just logic.
It's millions of people, men, that had that type of situation.
Right.
And
how much you paying child support?
Yeah. I'm going to pay nothing in child support.
Ooh.
Like, I'm a good dad.
Hold on, but you travel all the time.
Yeah,
They're
but I'm still
on different
a good dad.
But you don't pay child support?
Why would I pay child support?
So you take them to school every day. You take them to the doctor's offices. You take them to practices.
I mess with women that got themselves together.
Okay.
And
like a true toxic man. But you know what it takes physically? I would rather today, where I am today, I'm doing it alone.
Yes.
And it's hard. But you know how easy it is for me to go and work and make the money. I have to have a nanny, right?
Yes.
And she has to, like this morning, I'm at the radio station. She got to take him to school.
Yes.
She sometimes has to take him to practice.
But you don't have no help. My kids, I help their mothers.
That's their mother. How do you help them? With what? If you're not there with time and you're not there with money, how are you helping them?
Yeah, but I am there with time and I'm there with money.
How can you? You're one person, 7 kids, 7 states.
My kids are grown.
When they weren't.
I did it when they was grown.
They didn't grow.
When they was babies.
So they popped out of the vagina at 30?
Yeah, no. What I'm saying, no, what I'm saying to you, when my kids was born.
So from 0 to 18, how much?
A lot of time. And we're still close to this day.
What are the ages? Do you even know the ages?
Yes, 37 to 16.
No. Give me 6.
Yeah, 37, 32, 26, 22, 21, and 20 and 16.
So you have 3 that are a year apart.
Oh, absolutely.
So, and they're all in the same state?
No.
So when those 3 kids, let's just focus on 3 out of the 17 you got. Those 3, they're growing up and they have to do like that those first 5 years of their lives.
Yes.
How often could you have possibly been
That's
there?
true. But so
Were you paying child support
So
then?
what's it? I don't pay child support.
Okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
Like, why would I pay child support? I'm not a bum.
Because did you pay for their school?
Of course.
Okay, so by
But
child,
you talk so fast. You don't let people get their thoughts out.
You just kept saying I don't pay child support.
You're a judge.
No. You kept saying I don't pay
You
child
put
support.
people on the.
Okay, so
no,
all these
when
children
I say
you
I pay, no. Let's make sure we're clear. It's very important because I got my
So
fans.
child support,
Let
you're
me
thinking
let me finish my thought, darling.
Oh, too.
Yeah, I'm trying to get her point. Like when she says, it's kind of like she's just mad about the idea of paying child support. And that's why I was saying, like, with the way she's acting, right? It would be better for a guy to just put himself on child support, right? Because she's saying, oh, but this and that, the time, and me being on child support does not fix the time issue. Child support just means money comes out my check and it goes into an account and you get a card that you have access to. What does that, and that's what's weird to me is, right, you putting all this energy into a finance that does not fix time. You see what I'm saying? She's saying that doesn't account for this or that. No amount of money could account for that. It wouldn't matter if he's on child support or not. Why does it have to be child support if they have a system? Child support just means that they pull the money out your check. But if somebody has a system and they don't need the state to step in or tell them anything, why does he need to be on child support? If we have an agreement where, hey, I'm gonna put the kid on my health care plan. If they go to private school, daycare, whatever it is, I'm gonna pay for that. And we just, whatever we think the child needs, as a couple, and that is according to that couple. Every couple doesn't want or do the same thing for their kid. And I say couple, I mean like co-parents. This is what you're going to take care of. This is what I'm going to take care of. And if they're two responsible, mature adults, why do they need to get the state involved? For what? But that goes back to what I said before the video started. Someone like her, you could be doing all of that stuff, but because she doesn't have that control where, hey, I'm hitting your paycheck and I never have to ask you anything because it's coming to me, that would be an issue for her. And that would be a good example as to why a guy would say, you know what, hey, I'm going to go ahead and put myself on child support because I'm not about to argue with this person. Because she'll sit here and say about time and this and that and all this other stuff. And as I always say, the law is on your side. So if you got all these complaints about your time and what you have to do, but that doesn't account for my time, and you got to take the kid here and then give the child up. Give up your custody and let the man do it. You don't have to do it. You could make the father do all that stuff. Just saying.
Make sure when I say don't pay, that's the communication gap.
Okay.
When you saying, what do I pay? You're thinking child support. I'm not giving anything. I'm saying I take care of my babies.
Okay, what does that look like?
Yeah, it looks like you take care of them.
Can you explain to me what it looks like?
Yeah,
for you to have taken
put
care of
the
certain
school,
kids?
clothes, trips, etc.
Okay, what about they live in the house with their mom
Yes.
24/7, right?
Yes.
They live in their home. So do you
Right.
pay any of those bills in their house?
Yes, I did. They grown now.
We're gonna focus.
Yeah,
18
when they
and
was
down.
when they were kids, yes.
So the 16-year-old not right now. So you
Yes.
still have one that's underage.
Yes, and well taken care of.
What does that look like
It's
right
amazing.
now today?
It's amazing.
What does it look like?
What do you mean what it looks like?
For the 16-year-old right now, what does that look like? How do you take care of him? It's a boy, right?
Visit, we hang, go to games, etc.
School?
Yeah,
Paid
he
for
goes
it?
to school. Yeah, I don't take
got
him
a car?
to school. No, he's 16. No.
So who drives him to school?
His mom.
So you pay for the gas?
No.
Do you pay for her car insurance?
No.
Do you pay for her car bill?
No.
Do you pay for her light bill?
No.
Do you give her money for food?
Of course.
How much?
Whatever she needs.
So every month you
I
don't.
don't see here.
So she has to.
This is what I'm talking about. Like, and this is, I hate, I don't want to say hate, but I dislike when women ask that question. What does that look like? Right? And I don't know if y'all watch enough of these conversations, but when a guy says, me and my child's mom, we co-parent well, I'm helping her, she helping me. They don't want to accept it unless it looks like what they want it to look like. So that's why she's saying, and what does that look like? It looks like what the hell we want it to look like. What is it to you? I don't pay child support. Meaning like I'm not in the system. We have our own program that we work and operate together. And then to say, do you pay for the gas and the car insurance? No, sweetheart. And this is another, with her being a hypocrite, saying, who do you want to listen to and who you don't want to listen to? You don't want to listen to that from her. That is what a husband does for his wife. We're raising a child together. Why would I be paying your car insurance? Because let me ask you a question. Does having a child raise your car insurance? Would you have to own a car? Would you have a car and pay car insurance if you did not have a child? Most likely you would. So why does you having a child mean I need to pay your car note and your car insurance? So why would that be included in the conversation about child support? And you're going to see after this, she's going to ask him, do you give her money for food? And he says, I believe he says, yes. Yeah, because if you have a child, your grocery bill is going to go up. So, right? So we have a child together. I give you money towards the things that change because you have a child. But why would I pay your car insurance? That makes no sense. Your car insurance didn't go up. You would have to have car insurance on your car, and you would have a car regardless if you had a child or not. Nobody has a higher car note because they have a kid. Unless you just had a lot of kids with somebody and you had to get some big third row vehicle and they get pricey, so I can understand that. But if you're just talking about you had one kid with somebody, like what she's saying makes no sense. She's just yelling out anything to win an argument. Like, haha, you don't pay for her shoes. And it's like, why would I need to buy her shoes just because she had a child? You know, oh, well, see, this is why. And that's what she's doing. She's just saying ignorant stuff at this point.
To ask you for
See,
it.
here's the thing that's structured with most women. And this is how you're thinking. You're thinking, I need X, Y, and Z. But there's some women on this planet who move a certain way. And when they need something, because if you got your stuff together.
So how about you get your stuff together
Some
too?
women will say, baby, I need this, and it's done.
Baby, you are my baby's daddy.
No.
We made a mistake, right? Remember?
There you go again with the energy and your toxic energy.
I'm not
and,
toxic.
And the
I
way
am
let me
matter-of-factly.
finish. And your energy influences negativity. You don't stay calm.
No.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm giving you my point. When you do all that and the tone of your voice creates that type of energy.
Okay, I'll speak
So
softly.
what I'm saying to you is there's people on this planet that just totally move a different way. You're not child support. You're not a judge. All
I'm
you
a
can do
mother.
is say what you would like for your life. You can't say what's good for somebody else's life because everybody moves
There is not
differently.
one mother. Find me one mother in this world. I don't care what language they are, what country they're
Okay.
from. One mother that is okay with raising time-wise
I'm listening.
and financially their child with the dad saying, "Yeah,
I
throw a
know
couple
5
dollars."
of 'em.
Call them right now.
No, I'm not gonna call them
I
because
want
I'm
you to call
grown.
one woman right
No,
now to
I
tell
didn't-
me
no,
I'm
no,
cool
no,
with
I
it.
don't do that.
I
But
thought so.
No.
I thought so.
I'm 63. We don't
One
do that.
woman.
Let
You
me
don't
say
know
to
who she
let me
is?
say.
And this is why she can't speak for all women. I know. I know women. They don't want a dime for that man. They wish he would just leave. Let me tell you something, and I think this is something people are afraid to say. Sometimes it is easier to not even have to deal with that other person. Co-parenting is hard, especially when y'all differ on what y'all want to do as far as if the kid gonna be in sports. Do you want to put him in piano or violin? Oh my God, religion. It's so much stuff to argue about, like just constant arguing sometimes. So that it's plenty of people like, I wish I would just, it sounds messed up to say it, but there are those of us who will be like, I'd rather just do it on my own. I don't have to argue with you. Whatever program I want to put them in, boom, I put it in. I put them in the program. I ain't got to worry about you. If I want to take them with me out the country, traveling to another state, I ain't got to give you the details. I ain't got to deal with you, see how you feel about it. Nothing. She is crazy. You know how many men out there that ain't on child support? And I'm talking about, and they don't do anything for their child. And that woman could care less because she don't want him around. Respectfully, he may be a bad influence. And they just like, hey, look, as long as he stay away and don't bug me, I don't want no child support for him. He can just go away. And I'll just do it on my own. There's plenty of women that do that. It's plenty of them. And it sounds crazy to women like her who just like, oh, I need this, and this. Like he said, they say, oh, I need X, Y, and Z. And it's plenty of women that don't even want to be bothered with it. They don't care. They don't want nothing from you. It's plenty of them. Just like you might think all guys complain about child support. And there's guys that put themselves on child support. It's some guys that maybe they didn't want to be put on child support before because they had, heard horror stories about it. But once you get on it, you're like, it ain't even that bad. You don't even worry about it no more. You don't even think about it. So, it's like me being on child support, doesn't bother me. Don't even think about it. But I've met other guys and they're like, oh man, you on child support too? I'm like, yeah, and they want to do that whole let's bash our child's mother together and talk about how bad child support is, and I have to let them know, like, I don't have a problem with child support. Pay child support, you be alright. You know what I'm saying? And I can understand maybe some guys got multiple kids, but I can't relate to them on that. But they might have multiple kids that they're on child support for, and it might be harder for them. And it's like, but I don't think maybe she's just not open-minded enough. I don't know why. It's just hard for her to grasp the fact that everybody's not like her. It's just weird, her whole attitude.
Quick.
When you're grown,
Five. Then 5 to 5, not one
you
will
don't
speak.
have to move that way. When you're grown, you don't have to prove that. What I'm
Well,
saying
we're having a conversation
Yes,
to educate
but-
other people, and if you can show me
but
one
what
woman,
but I'm sharing with you. You should know.
I'm not taking your word for it. You're not a woman.
But you still got to keep an open mind. You cannot.
I am, and I wanna hear it.
Let me finish a second. You cannot say, you know for a fact, that's how people move.
I'm telling you.
You cannot do that.
On this,
You
not
can.
gonna-
You're basing it on your own personal
No.
journey.
I'm telling you.
I
right now,
got
prove me
33
wrong.
years on you.
You're not a woman or a mother.
I'm
so
not
you
saying.
can't speak to me on that. And if
I'm
you
not-
tell me you know 5
Listen
women
to what I'm saying.
that are cool,
If you're saying that you're right, what makes you think I can't be right?
because you have no idea what it's like.
You're
You've
not
never done it.
understanding. You're asking about what's right.
No, I'm
I
not.
have to respect your
I think
opinion.
okay, so maybe you
Miss
lost
Carter,
in
listen,
translation.
you have to make sure.
You just be talking and be getting people fucked
you have
up
to
with the
make
words
sure you
and slow
understand
talking.
one thing. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody has their own experiences. And
Correct.
one thing you can't do is, especially a 63-year-old, you can't.
stop throwing your 100 years on this earth.
I gotta throw that into you
For what?
because
just because you're 63 doesn't make you wise.
it makes you wisdom.
No, it does
Give
not.
you, well, it gives me wisdom. I can't speak for the men that you probably met in your journey,
So,
but I know I got my shit
What I will
together.
say is there's no way in hell you're going to tell me, and we're going to move on because then if you're not going to call her, it's not going to make no point in
Okay,
talking about it.
well,
but there's no way in hell you're going to ever convince me without calling her.
Yes.
And show me one woman that says, I'm cool with taking
I have
care
to.
of...
Okay, but you have to respect my opinion too.
I'm not talking about opinions.
Yes.
I'm talking about prove to me and show me one
But
woman.
when you move through life a certain way,
Ah.
you don't have to prove. The great thing about it is we're on air and people will make their own decision. And here's the thing.
There's not one
Watch
woman
this
that
what I'm about
chose
to
to
tell
have a
you.
baby with someone that they didn't think
Watch
they were
what I'm
going to
trying
be
to say.
Time-wise.
Watch what I'm trying to tell you. On my Instagram right now, I guarantee you're gonna have people that'll say, "I'm down with that."
If you're
and
on his
gonna
live
say,
right now, DM me. I'm about to open up my DMs. If you're a
You know.
woman,
No,
and
we're
you're
gonna-
on
we-
that
we can- we
live,
can read it. I
No,
guarantee you.
we ain't go. You gotta put your glasses on because you can't see,
Shut up,
old
don't
man.
worry about me.
Look at you. Like,
You know what they say?
can't see.
She is annoying. That's what they say. She's annoying. Well, television tells your true vision. Keep my panties any day, TK. She's a narcissist. What else? I told you. See, everybody moves a certain way. Thank you, guys. What else? What else?
This is terrible.
Just see how, dang.
All right, y'all, we're gonna end it right there. But see what I mean? Where she keeps saying time wise. Well, if you're talking about time, talk about time. Child support does not fix time. I can give you all the money in the world, but if I'm not there to help you in the morning, get the kids ready, or if I'm not there to walk them to the bus stop, I'm not there when they come home from having a bad day, no money fixes that. You're sitting here talking about, oh, your child support. What woman is okay? Are you talking about child support or are you talking about time? Because child support is in place to hold that parent to a financial standard, to make sure that they are financially responsible. But everyone doesn't need that, because when you go into court, like I have, they give you like a parental planner, and they sit you down. This is all they do. They sit you down and you say, okay, what do you want to be responsible for? And they have like education, extracurricular, religion, and I forgot. Oh, and I think the other one is like medical or something like that, right? And the two parents pick what they want to be responsible for. They will both make decisions together, but if a decision cannot be reached, whichever parent picked that particular area gets the final say so. Right? That's all the court does. So if you and that parent can do that yourselves outside of the court, Why do you need to get the state involved? She's petitioning for the state to do something that she could do on her own, and then she says it's because of time, but money don't fix time. If you ain't there for your kid, you ain't there for your kid. You can give them all the money in the world. Just like if you're, when you're a husband, you can buy your wife whatever you want to buy her. But that means nothing if you don't take her out on dates, if you're not there to talk with her or share, spend time with her, watch movies with her, whatever, read a book with her, whatever. That money ain't going to make up for that. So I'm kind of lost as to what's the point of her argument, what she's trying to get. She's just coming off bitter. And like the people in the chat said, just annoying and irritating. It's like, what are you talking about? I must be on child support, even if me and this person has our own agreement. Because the state ain't taking money out my paycheck. And here's the thing, he's self-employed and an entrepreneur, right? What paycheck is the state going to take the child support out of? If you put him on child support, you know what's going to happen? He going to log on to the website and he's going to pay his money through the website, and then they're going to take the money, put it in the bank account, and then you'll be able to access it then. And there's times where they're behind and there may be a week where you don't even get that check. That's happened to me plenty of times. And my child's mom will call and say, hey, oh man, I didn't get the check. And I'm like, I don't know what happened. They took it out my paycheck. And, you'll call them and they'll say, oh, well, we're behind. She'll get it next week with the other one. So him being self-employed, the only thing is going to happen is he's going to go into the website and put the money in the website, and then they're going to take their cut. So if you can work out something with that person, what's the point of wasting all that time? He can just get the money directly to you, especially for somebody in his position. He's not working at a job where HR is going to report to the state and take the money out of his paycheck. So for somebody in his position, being self-employed, making his own money, is really no point to put him on child support. And even before I had the money coming out of my check personally, when we went to court and stuff for custody, the judge asked, hey, do y'all have child support already? And we was like, yeah, I pay her a certain amount. And he said, okay, well, what do you pay her? And, is she okay with the amount? I said, yeah, I think she is. And he asked us what the amount was. We told him. He said, oh, okay, cool. And he wrote it down in the spot and then sent us on our way. And so I'm saying, like, if you can do it on your own, what the hell you need the state for? But, whatever. What do I know? I could be wrong, and I'm okay with being wrong. I want to say thank you to everybody that shows support, all the people that subscribe, that like, that share, that comment. I really appreciate, all the love and support. And, man, I really appreciate the comments, even the mean ones, man. I'm telling you, like, YouTube is crazy. Even when somebody leaves a mean comment, it be so creative, you can't even get mad at it. You just got to smile. You be like, oh, my God. Like, how are you so creatively disrespectful, So, but anyway, man, that's what I got for today. Well, tonight. Is child support necessary when you and that person have an agreement? Do you always have to take it to the state? And I want to pose another question is, can money make up for time? Let me know what you think. Comment below. appreciate. Love you all. God bless. Risky out.
Risky behavior.